New box review. This box is a massive box for a mini box. I can't believe it. It has incredible cards such as Abyss Dweller, Photon Strike Bouncer, Steel Swarm Roach. I'm going to tell you how these cards counter or don't counter. Also, we have great support for Go Go Go, Ga Ga Ga. We also have Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This box is absolutely insane. Let's get to it.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
There's a lot to get through with this, so let's quickly hop into it. We have Galaxy Eyes, Ghostrick, Butterspy, Onomat, Go-Go, Gaga, Go-Go, Doo-Doo, Water Dweller, Exceed, New Exceed. The Exceeds are amazing. New URs and super rares, also others. Let's see if there are even others or hidden gems. Let's start with Ghostricks. Ghostrick review. New cards are these Ghostricks you see on the screen, the Alucard, the Jiangxi, and a Warwolf. Here's old support. There's a lot of old support. Now, from the community, here are some deck list ideas on how you may want to play the deck. Kazar says that the only win condition is going to be to deck out your opponent. So if you want to be a degenerate and mill your opponent for fun, then this might be the deck to play. So right away, we could say that this deck's not going to be top tier. It's missing too much support, but it could be fun to play, and maybe you want to learn about it. But even if you don't want to play Ghostrick, you need to know about this card. You will see this card be used in non-Ghostrick decks. It's 2 level 3 monsters to pop a back row. The main juice, the main effect, destroy a set. That means it could be a set monster. Set monster, set back row, pop it, 2 level 3s. Other Ghostricks can't be targeted if you're going to use it with a Ghostrick, and you could add a Ghostrick from the graveyard when sent to the grave. Well, you know, let's see if you make it with that or not, but that's what it does if you do. So what level 3s are being played? What's popular? Well, these are the most popular level 3s in Duel Links right now, objectively, of what's topping tournaments and reaching King of Games. So you could check out these, and this is what could make your Ghostrick Alucard. You can also play level duplication with any of these. So wielder plus duplication, turn a monster into level 3, special summon it, then you get to make your Alucard to pop a set. Okay, let's move on. Now, before talking about the other Ghostricks, will any of this actually be good? I kind of answered that already. The chat's saying the deck is missing the field spell. I don't know what the field spell is, but let's move on. Ghostrick Jiangxi. On flip, it will search for a Ghostrick equal to or less than the number of Ghostricks you control. The level has to equal that, so if you flip up itself, you would search a level 1. I don't think there's any level 1s to even search. We could look at the Ghostricks as we saw earlier up here. These are going to be the Ghostricks you could search for. There's a level 2. And basically, if you have another Ghostrick on the field and you flip up your Jiangxi, you could search for one of the level 2s. If you have 3 Ghostricks and you flip it up, you could search for one of the 3s. They're all level 3 or lower, but not level 1, so it's not going to really be able to self-flip itself for searching. My thoughts on the deck, I'm kind of skipping over the other ones. There's really not much to say. Very likely a trash deck. Otherwise, maybe a YouTube mill meme deck. Ghostrick Exceed is good, though. Butter Spy Spee review. Here are the new Butter Spies. Now, I know Photon Pap, also known as PP Exceed, it's not technically a Butter Spy. It's a Butterfly, but not a Butter Spy. Here are some older Butter Spy, Butterfly cards that support these cards. Community came up with this. This is what it looks like. It is an Exceed deck. The deck is all about exceeding into the Alexandra Queen. 2 level 4 Butter Spies to make this, and what it does is it will spell speed 1, ignition, so it's not on summon, it's not a quick effect, it's not a trigger effect, so a Canadia or a Book of Moon could stop the effect, which is unfortunate, also a Floodgate Trap Hole. You will return all monsters on the field back to the hand, including itself, then deal 150 per card returned. So that is non-targeting removal. And that's what the deck's basically going to do. You're going to keep spamming this card to return the whole field back to the hand. So what does that do well against? Extra deck monsters. They hate being returned back to the hand, which will then return them back to the extra, which is great removal. And you could return destruction protected cards. So I searched by cannot be destroyed, popular cards. Destiny will protect a monster from destruction. Well, the Butter Spy is going to return it back to the hand. So if we were to compare this card to Black Rose destroys, so destruction protection lives against Black Rose. That's a downside of Black Rose. Black Rose does destroy back row too, though, and Black Rose cannot be stopped by Karma. It activates on summon, so those are the benefits if you want to compare it to Black Rose. Also, it is a synchro. It is differently summoned. Butterfly Yoke. It's a free-to-play back row for any deck. Any deck could use it. It's kind of like a Fiendish Chain and an enemy controller in one card, but not as good. It changes a battle position of a monster, then it equips onto the monster, and then you could always change the battle position of that monster. So it's kind of locked up like Fiendish Chain. It still has its effect. It changes a battle position like Econ, but they must attack in order to activate the card. So it has an activation requirement. You can't just flip it up, a Fiendish Chain or an Econ whenever you want, and it's free to play. So if the Exceed is the main way to play the deck, what are the monsters we are using to make the Exceed? We have the Blue Mountain Butter Spy. If you normal a warrior, you could special summon this. So if you normal summon a Butter Spy warrior, you special summon this Butter Spy, you make the Exceed. Now, Moonlit Papillon is not a Butter Spy itself, but when sent to the graveyard, it special summons a Butter Spy from the deck. It can miss the timing though. So if you tribute it with Ballista Squad or tribute it with Econ to take control of a monster, it's going to miss the timing. So be careful with that. The last thing to happen has to be it being sent to the graveyard. It can't be sent, then something else happens. You can't tribute summon over it. That's an example of being sent, then a monster summoned. Misses the timing. Butter Spy Swallowtail. If another monster deals damage, the opponent's monster loses perma attack equal to the damage you dealt. So by itself, it doesn't really do anything. Okay. And then we have Butter Spy Morpho. If a battle position is changed, you could reduce their attack permanently by 1,000. So the Butterfly Yoke can perma reduce their attack by 1,000 with this Morpho Butter Spy, or you could play with Curse of Anubis, Windstorm, Econ to perma reduce their attack. My thoughts is the whole deck itself sucks, but it's going to be dependent on Alexandra. I'm saying Alexandra is good, but it's apparently in Konami's eyes so good that the rest of the deck sucks. But the deck might still be pretty good based off of how often you could summon this card. If the Exceed itself is amazing, then it makes up for the other cards being really bad. Galaxy Eyes Photon Review. Oh my Jesus, you want to farm the event to get the character, to get some free-to-play cards from the event. We'll talk about it. The Konami combo is using an event card and from the box a Vanisher and a Photon Dragon. You normal the Advancer from the event. You special summon the Vanisher from the box. You search for the Galaxy Photon from your skill or from the box. From the skill, it's free, but then you're playing a suboptimal skill. Then you get to special summon the Galaxy Photon Dragon. We'll be talking about those cards and what they do. Here is a community example of what the deck could look like. Don't worry about Book of Moon, that's always optional. It's not a mandatory card in any deck that's being played in. Here's another deck idea, not playing Book of Moon, playing Trunade. Let's talk about the main card. Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. It's 3,000 attack. Let's talk about how do we summon it. You might not care about what it does if you don't know how to summon it, so a good way to summon is you just tribute 2 monsters with 2k plus attack to special summon. It will be a special summon tribute, not a tribute summon. And all of these will be 2,000 attack, and they all have effects to special summon on the field. So that is an easy way to do it. Any 2 of these will essentially make your Galaxy Photon Dragon. Vanisher could even search your Galaxy Photon Dragon. If you want to be spicy, you could play Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation with Hanzo to summon your Galaxy Photon from the deck. I might do that. You could make this ritual summon monster with the ritual spell, then it could tribute itself to summon a Galaxy Photon Dragon from your hand or deck. Might be maybe a fun idea. Or you could make the Exceed. The Exceed with 2 Photon monsters, as we saw up here. You make the Exceed. If you detach one, you could summon a Galaxy Photon Dragon from the hand. If you detach 2 materials, you could summon it from the deck. So even without the Galaxy Eyes Photon in the hand, you could summon from the deck with the Exceed with any of these 2 photons. And the Exceed is free to obtain. 2 from Kite, level up, get it. Now, we know how to summon the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, but why should we? What does it do? It has a quick play effect during battle. It will banish itself, plus an opponent's monster that it's battling with. It does target, and it banishes until the end of the battle phase. That's pretty much it. So it's kind of squirmy. It's hard to attack over because every time you attack into it, it'll just banish, and it could banish another monster while attacking into it, but then it comes back. If the monster you banish is an Exceed, you're going to gain an extra 500 attack per material that was on that Exceed. I wouldn't call this an anti-Exceed monster. It just gains a little extra boost if you happen to banish an Exceed. What to do plus how to summon? How do we search it? Well, you could search it with the Vanisher. Special summon if you control a Photon, we'll talk about that. You could search it with the Melody, discard a card, search it, or with the Exceed. It doesn't really search it, but it summons it from the deck, and also the Ritual. Summon it from the deck. Also, the Ninja Trap, summon it from the deck. So summon from the deck or search from the deck, those are good ways to make it more consistent. Finally, let's talk about Vanisher. On special summon, add a Galaxy Photon Dragon to the hand. If you control a Photon, special summon this card from the hand. Cannot be normal summoned. Let's talk about the main skill you're going to use with this deck. Make sure you pick up this character and the skill. Galaxy Photon. You're going to return a Galaxy or a Photon monster from your hand back on the deck to add a Galaxy or Photon spell or trap from your deck to your hand. That's insane. You could add a Galaxy Cyclone. So if you're going second, return a Photon, add a Cyclone, pop their back row, then make your play. Or you could play Photon Stream of Destruction. Free to obtain, you're going to play 3. So if you don't have Galaxy Cyclone, don't worry too much about it. I think it will be optimal to play with the deck, but if you don't have it, not a big deal. You could still search for the Photon Stream. It's a quick play. Banish anything if you control a Galaxy Photon Dragon. So you're going to want to search it on your first turn, set it with your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon on the field. Banish anything. It's like a Karma Cup without the discard. Let's talk about Photon Thrasher. Could not be normal summon, but if you control no monsters, special summon it. Now let's talk about Photon Lizard. Tribute itself to search for any Photon. So you use up your normal summon, tribute, search for a Photon Thrasher, special summon it, or you search for a Vanisher while you have a Thrasher, and then Vanisher will special summon alongside the Thrasher, searching for the Photon Galaxy Eyes Dragon, and you got the play. So this 2-card combo will make the Galaxy Eyes Photon, and the Photon Lizard, it's going to make it more consistent. Photon Advancer, another ultra rare. Oh my Jesus, it's free. It's from the event. Please farm it. You're going to need it. We don't know how many. It's going to be a card that can be normal summoned. The Thrasher and the Vanisher can't be normal summoned, so it's going to compete with the normal summon of the Lizard. Now, if there's a Photon in the field, you could special summon it. Then you don't have to normal it. If there's another Photon on the field, it becomes 2,000 attack, which is the requirement to help summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, or you're going to just Exceed with it. Twin Photon Lizard. You're going to use Polymerization to fusion summon this. It requires 2 Photons to make. Its effect is tribute itself, special summon what you used as fusion materials to make it. So if you polymerize 2 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons, you summon both of them on the field in attack position. So poly plus 2 Galaxy Eyes Photons, that could be insane. Now, sadly, it does not work with Vanisher. You can't send Vanisher to the graveyard, then special summon it. It must first be special summoned from the hand. So if you want to, if you have a Photon on the field, you could special summon the Vanisher, then use it for a fusion, then you could resummon it with the Lizard if you properly summoned it first. Now, if you're free to play and you want to play Galaxy Eyes, here are some compromises. These are non-optimal, but they might be played in the optimal. We don't know yet. Photon Charge Man from leveling up Kite. It can be normal summoned. It is 2,000 attack. It's a Photon, so you could use it with the Star Liege Lord Galaxion Exceed. You can also use it with the skill to return to grab your Stream or your Galaxy Cyclone. Photon Crusher's the same thing. It's a normal summon, 2k attack, it's got Photon in the name. So these are two good free-to-play Photon monsters that will be 2,000 to use with the Exceed and the skill and all that good stuff. A free-to-play, quick play spell. You could search it with the skill. It will quick play boost up your monster by plus 700, give it piercing damage, and if you deal damage, you get to destroy a back row. In Duel Links, there's no main phase 2. If they attack into your monster, they have to set their back row first. So they set their back row, attack into you, you boost, deal damage, pop their back row. That's an insane play if they don't see it coming. Otherwise, you could just force it on your turn. They'll probably have a set monster. You go in with it. You could search for Photon Lead. If you're going to be free to play, you're probably not going to have Vanisher to special summon. You're also not going to have Thrasher to special summon. So you have to compromise. Grab a Photon Lead with the skill, which will perform a special summon with a Photon from your hand. Search it with the skill, then special summon, then you can make your plays. So tributes. We summon. We tribute to add a Thrasher. Not Advancer, because we used our normal summon. We add a Thrasher. We special summon Thrasher. With Vanisher, we could special summon if we control a Photon. Let's special summon. Now that we special summoned, we could add a Galaxy Eyes Photon from the deck to your hand. Okay? We already have one anyway. So we're just going to send these to the graveyard. And now we have a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon on the field. But we have the skill. Is return a Galaxy or Photon back to the deck to add a Galaxy card. So we could return this back of the deck to search for the Photon Stream. So now we have Photon Stream of Destruction. Interesting. Let's draw. We summon a Boars. We equip it with Destiny. They Photon Stream, banish like a Karma Cut. Just like a Karma Cut. And then, I guess, Noble Knights loses, huh? Photon, tributes. Grab a Vanisher. Could Vanisher, special summon. And, right, this could search for Galaxy Eyes. Palmer Eyes. For this. And then we could tribute this to summon both Galaxy Eyes. Is there something about... Can we do this? Are we doing this? Did I tribute this to special summon? Does that work? Are we cheating or does this work? Holy moly. Holy moly. Double Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon on the field. It's nuts. My thoughts after playtesting is that the deck will and can consistently summon the Galaxy Eyes Photon, plus consistently have a stream, which will quick play banish anything, or consistently have a Galaxy Cyclone to pop a back row before making plays. So here's a concept list, not optimized, you saw it earlier, so this is an idea on how the deck will be played and what I think about the deck. Onomat, Go-Go Gaga, Do-Do Zuba review. These are the new super rares, Ga Head, and Do Wharf Go Glove. And here are some other cards too that are not super rare or ultra rare. So Rich Ferrante believes that the deck may look similar to this. He's been a big fan of the deck way since the deck's been released. He's been playing it all the time, and now the deck is potentially top tier. How so? Here's some other decklist examples. Now, Konami's got a funny combo. Their 3-card combo is going to result in a swordsman on the field at 0 attack, plus your PP Exceed. You will be able to pop 2 face-up monsters, and this is your field. Not impressive, but that's the Konami combo. Let's talk about Ga Head. Is this a good follow-up? Well, what you could do with this is you could normal it as a level 4. If your opponent has a monster and you don't, on normal summon, you could special summon up to 2 Gagas from the graveyard. If you exceed with it, you get to draw a card. Why would you use this over Zuba or the Gaga Mancer? Both can special summon a Gaga or Go-Go/Do-Do from the grave. Now, the Utopic Onomatopoeia is considered all of the Do-Do, Gaga, Go-Go, Do-Dos, okay? It has all the names to meet the requirements. So why would you use it over it? Let's talk about the benefits. It's 2100 attack, plus an exceed with others, maybe an easier lethal because you'll normal summon it. It's 21, you summon 2 other monsters, you exceed with them. You got 4,000 damage on the field, or maybe 6,000 with a Gaga Samurai. Another benefit is you want to draw if you exceed with it, maybe. And you could make a rank 4 exceed that requires 3 level 4s. So that is the benefits of Gaga Head over the Zuba Coat and the Gaga Mancer. But if your opponent does not control a monster, it's a dead card. But if it's dead early, you could just throw it back in the deck with the skill. The skill makes the deck so consistent. Return 2 Goo Goo Gaga Go-Go Doo-Doos back in the deck to grab 2 other cards from your deck to your hand. My thoughts on the card is maybe just play 1. Now let's talk about the game changer. This card, oh my Jesus. Dwarf Go Glove. On the field, you could special summon a Zuba/Gaga from your hand. If this is in the graveyard and you have a Go-Go or a Doo-Doo on the field, you could special summon itself. Now, you do have to be careful. You do have to actually pay attention to what's a Go, Do, Zuba, or a Gaga. If you exceed with it, it will not be banished, because otherwise, if it leaves the field after being special summoned from the grave, it gets banished. So if it's exceeded and you detach, it goes back to the grave to resummon. They're both once per turn effects, though, and it basically cheats it. It's going to be a good card to use with Doo-Doo Draw, so the Doo-Doo Draw becomes more consistent. Otherwise, we were basically just using the Onomatopoeia, and now we have more targets or a good cost with the Doo-Doo Draw to draw 2. Big downside is you can't use with the Gaga Sister since he's not a Gaga. Gaga Sister can only work with another Gaga, and this is not a Gaga. It's a Doo-Doo and a Go-Go. So here is an example play of the opponent's field looking like this versus you having this equal a 1-turn kill. Roll the replay. This is your turn 2. There you go. It's what we had, but the dwarf is in the graveyard with it. So it's just 1 extra card. All right. All right. All right. Poppin'. Yep. So it's gone. Or got Karma Cut, whatever. We special. Zubaba. It's going to special summon the dwarf from the graveyard, make a spider, detach. Then you could summon back on the field to make another spider. And banish again. Double banish, going for lethal. My thoughts on the deck are you could easily make a turn 1 Dweller and an M7, or you could make a turn 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, so you'll be able to stop your opponent from activating cards in the graveyard or negate monster effects on the field. And if you want to go turn 2 and you want to go for 1-turn kills, you could easily make the Malevolent Sin, which could banish a monster on the field. Then you attack with the Sin, it temporarily banishes. So with the Gaga Bolt and the Wind, you could have a banish, a pop a card in the field, a special summon from the hand, go in for lethal. And I think the deck has a great potential of being top tier. Onomat, Doo-Doo Draw, draw 2 with the Dwarf in the Grave, special summon to the field, Gaga Sister, make both level 6, make a Bouncer, special summon the Gaga Coat, and there you go. Bouncer negate the Merlin, and then you have Dweller to negate anything from the graveyard. It's insane.